Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel, Pop Vibe Studio.
If you enjoy emotional, mysterious, slow burning horror stories, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Now dim the lights, put on your headphones, and listen carefully. Episode 1. The first knock wasn't from outside. The first night Evan Carter heard the knock, he assumed it came from the apartment next door. That's what you do when you're tired, broke, and living in a building older than common sense. You explain things away. The building was called Hawthorne Flats, a narrow brick structure wedged between a liquor store and a boarded-up dentist's office in western Pennsylvania. It had thin walls, bad plumbing, and a smell that never fully decided between dust and damp wood. Evan had moved in 3 weeks earlier, fresh off a breakup, a layoff, and the quiet embarrassment of moving back east with no plan. Hawthorne Flats was cheap, quiet, and came with a landlord who didn't ask questions. Perfect. That night, Evan lay on his mattress, phone glowing inches from his face, doom-scrolling job listings he'd already seen. Then came the knock. Not loud, not aggressive. Just 3 soft taps. Tap, tap, tap. He froze. It didn't sound like it came from the hallway door. It didn't sound like it came from the window. It sounded closer, like it came from inside the wall next to his bed. Evan sat up slowly, heart picking up speed like it was late for something. He pressed his palm flat against the wall. The paint was cold, slightly uneven, like it had been redone too many times. "Hello?" he said, feeling stupid the moment the word left his mouth. Nothing. He waited, counted his breaths, listened to the building settle. Then, again. Tap, tap, tap. Same rhythm, same spot. This time, Evan stood up. He knocked back, mimicking the pattern. Tap, tap, tap. Silence followed. He laughed under his breath, the kind of laugh you use to convince yourself you're fine. Old building, he muttered, and went to bed. That was his first mistake. The next morning, Evan mentioned it to Mrs. Donnelly, the elderly woman who lived across the hall and treated the laundry room like neutral territory. "Knocking?" she repeated, folding towels with military precision. "From the wall?" She paused, just for half a second too long. "Hawthorne makes noises," she said finally. "Always has." Evan noticed she didn't look at him when she said it. The second night, the knock came earlier. Evan was brushing his teeth when he heard it. Not near the bed this time. It came from behind the bathroom mirror. Tap, tap, tap. His mouth filled with foam. He stared at his own reflection, eyes wide, toothpaste dribbling onto his chin. He leaned closer to the mirror. The tapping stopped. He stood there for a full minute, frozen, listening to the faint hum of the lights, the pipes ticking like they were counting something. "Get a grip," he whispered. But as he turned away, one slow knock, tap, right behind the glass. Evan slept with the lights on that night. By the third night, the knocks had become patient. Always 3 taps, always deliberate. Always from a different wall. Bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, like whatever it was learning the layout. Evan started recording on his phone, propping it against books, capturing hours of silence. When he played the footage back, he never saw anything. But the audio, the tapping was there, clear as day. And underneath it, something else. A sound so faint he almost missed it. Breathing, not his. Slow, controlled, like someone trying not to be heard. Sleep deprivation does strange things to people. By the 4th day, Evan was jumpy, snapping at delivery drivers, forgetting why he'd opened apps. He called his sister, half joking, half desperate. "I think my building's haunted," he said. She laughed. "You finally losing it?" "Something's knocking," he replied, "from inside the walls." There was a pause. "That building," she said slowly. "Didn't there used to be something else there?" "What do you mean?" She hesitated. "Mom mentioned it once. A boarding house. Before the fire." Evan felt a chill crawl up his spine. What fire? But the line went quiet. That night, Evan searched the building's history: old news articles, archived photos, blurry headlines, Hawthorne boarding house fire claims multiple lives, cause undetermined, several residents never found. He scrolled through grainy images of the building from decades ago and stopped. One photo showed firefighters standing in front of a partially collapsed wall, and inside that wall, a narrow space. Too narrow for comfort, too narrow for escape. The knock came as Evan stared at the screen. This time, it wasn't 3 taps. It was 4. Tap, 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 tap. Then something new. A voice, muffled, dry, right against the wall. Evan. He didn't remember telling anyone his name. His phone slipped from his hand, clattering to the floor. Please, the voice whispered, strained like it hadn't been used in a long time. Open it. Evan backed away, shaking, his breath shallow, heart pounding so hard he thought it might answer the knock for him. What do you want? He managed. The wall was silent for a moment, then tap, 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 and the voice returned, closer now. We've been waiting. Thanks for listening to episode 1 on Pop Vibe Studio. If this story pulled you in, like the video, follow the channel, and share it with someone who loves slow burn horror. Tomorrow evening, episode 2 drops, and Evan learns what's been sealed inside Hawthorne Flats and why it knows his name. Sleep well, and I'll see you tomorrow.